In this video, we are going to be looking at Jason Williams, White Chocolate, J. Will, whoever you want to call him, and how he was able to pass the ball. And of course, one of the biggest reasons he changed the NBA and basketball forever. There was nobody like him, and there never probably will be another player like J. Will. So let's get down and let's check him out. Okay, so in this first clip, what we have is a crazy behind the back pass right there. Now, that pass, back when I was younger, even though he was a player when I was younger, that pass was called a circus pass, and a lot of coaches would bench you for an entire game if you even tried that. However, a few years later, once I would say I was maybe 18 or 19, coaches changed their minds and found out that it was a more accurate or a very accurate pass depending on the situation that you were in. Now, this was also in the era when I was a player that a lot of referees, and even still today, we still see it in the States, where if that ball goes above the shoulder, they automatically call it a carry. In Canada, no, as long as your hand is on top of the ball, you're fine. But in the States, I've had so many referees call it a carry because the ball went above your shoulder. Not sure where they find that rule. I've never seen it. They've never been able to produce it. However, more and more players for a while were dribbling the ball super high at their shoulder height because they could get down court faster and they had more time of that ball in their hands. And they could make fancy passes as this one right here. But also, by having that ball nice and high, you are now having your hand on top of the ball from here probably to about here. So there is that big long distance right there where your hand is essentially attached onto the ball, which means that anywhere that ball is from here to here, you are able to make a pass. This is actually massively beneficial. And for a very long time, a lot of players in transition were dribbling the ball super high. Now we're trying to push the ball more further ahead instead of high. However, back in this day, being able to have hand contact on the ball that long will allow you to do more moves. You can fake somebody out faster, easier, but the most main idea, especially with J. Will, was his passing ability. And also, just to mention, the iconic elbow pass is something that no other player really has done successfully. And even in today's game, a lot of coaches will say, or some older coaches will say, if you jump and then pass, as we just seen right there, you are classified as out of control and never jump to pass. However, there is actually a use for jumping and making a pass. Now, that's not the purpose here. However, here he got stuck. He wasn't in position to shoot. He was not having his shooting form. He was looking to probably pass to this player here, but the passing lane closed extremely quickly, and he was unable to get that pass off. However, by jumping and then passing, what you are essentially doing is getting over top of the defense so that you have a better angle to pass from. Now, that's not the case in this clip. However, passes like these, because of J. Will and a few other players, has proven to coaches, especially to myself, that jumping to pass is actually beneficial, especially if you were cutting baseline and you wanted to jump out of bounds to pass to a player in that corner. That's actually massively beneficial. If you were to drive baseline, had a defense here trying to trap you, you jumped out of bounds to pass to the guy in the corner, that would be actually beneficial, because now, if that passing lane dies, well, guess what? You're just out of bounds. It's a dead ball turnover. A dead ball turnover is better than a live ball turnover where it gets intercepted and goes back the other way and the other team gets an easy open layup. I would much rather have a player jump out of bounds and attempt a pass, and if they don't have that passing lane, just land out of bounds and they're totally fine. But before players like J. Will, every coach said never jump to pass because, of course, you were going to be always turning over the ball, but he proved them wrong. Now, he also became really famous for making a fake pass, what we see right here, and then making a pass exactly to the same player that he originally faked the pass to, as we see right here. He also really did open up a lot more opportunities and passing angles that we never previously had. For example, we used to always pass from the chest or across our body or to somebody in front of us. But as we've seen, we now have a behind the back, but also a behind the head pass as well. If you can learn how to pass in multiple different ways, whether it be a hook pass or a behind the back or a behind the head or whatever it may be, you are now going to be a much harder player to defend and to try and read who you're about to pass to. Jay Will was also an absolute master when it came to the no look. Here he's looking over this way, faked that defender out, and did a scoop pass or an underhand pass over to his right side, which totally faked out the defender and gave an open dunk for his teammate. You see this a lot with these no-look passes that really did change the game of basketball, at least for him, because now you're making the defense guess by looking away one side and passing the other. You are now having players go in the direction that you're looking because, of course, they're reading your face. They are never reading what's actually happening situationally in the game. So these are the reasons, in my opinion, why Jay Will changed the basketball or game of basketball forever. He was a fantastic passer, and we can all pass like him too. Now, I don't mean go out there and just make these random crazy passes, elbow passes, whatever. What I'm saying is learn your passing angles. Learn how to be able to do these one-hand passes. Learn how to do a jumping pass. Learn how to do a hook pass. Learn how to do a behind-the-head pass, because that's actually beneficial in some cases. If you've got a defender in front of you and you can't make a pass in front, a pass behind is actually beneficial if you're able to do it. So, I hope that this video has helped you. Make sure to go check out my shooting workout that is down in the description below. That will help you shoot the ball from further away. And I'll see you guys again in my next video.